Hello and welcome to the Vancouver Live Cam, your on-top view spot. Did you know the cruise lines don't publish data around on-time performance? We think this kind of information would be helpful for people to plan their flights and travel. It feels like a gap. So we took matters into our own hands and did a case study. We tracked the arrival and departure times for 298 cruise ship visits in 2025, the entire Alaska season out of Vancouver, Canada. So not only can we tell you the likelihood that your cruise to and from Alaska will be on time so you can plan your flight with confidence, but we can tell you which ships and which cruise lines are the best, and there is a difference. In fact, we've ranked every one, and we've even created an award called the Golden Orca to recognize performance excellence. So why are we geeking out on this? Well, after 30 years in the corporate world, we appreciate good leadership. And if a cruise ship is paying close attention to the little things, chances are they're delivering on the big things as well, a safe, enjoyable cruise vacation. So let's get started. We've created 3 categories to recognize excellence in cruise ship on-time performance: departures, arrivals, and best overall performance by a cruise line. A total of 38 cruise ships visited Vancouver in 2025, and 20 of those are regular weekly or bi-weekly visitors, and those are the ones we're going to rank. So let's begin with the top 10 departures, and when we get to number 1, we'll award the first Golden Orca for the best cruise ship in a departing role. In 10th place, with an average departing time of 3 minutes and 34 seconds late over 12 visits, which is basically on time, is Radiance of the Seas. In 9th place, with a time of 30 seconds late, is the Grand Princess. In 8th, with a time of 6 minutes and 54 seconds early, is the Celebrity Summit. In 7th place, at 13 minutes and 48 seconds early, is Serenade of the Seas. Now you can see they're starting to spread out. In 6th, it's Holland America's Zandam at 15 minutes and 8 seconds. In 5th place, with 15 minutes and 45 seconds early, is Norwegian Jade. And in 4th place is Seabourn Quest at 16 minutes and 24 seconds early on average. And now for our podium finishers with the best departure times. In 3rd place, at 21 minutes and 2 seconds early over an impressive 25 visits, is Holland America's Koningsdam. In 2nd place, 22 minutes and 39 seconds early, is Celebrity Solstice, who helped her cause with a daily 6 a.m. arrival time for a good head start on turnaround day operations. And in 1st place for best cruise ship in a departing role and winner of the very first Golden Orca is the Regent 7 Seas Explorer with a whopping 30 minutes and 42 seconds early over 10 visits. Now, Explorer made it easier on herself with a scheduled 7 p.m. departure time, where the others are mostly 4 to 5 p.m. But she still gets the win with consistently beating the expectations of her passengers. Congratulations, Regent 7 Seas Cruises. So those are the top 10 departing ships. But how did all 38 ships perform as a group? What is the overall likelihood your Alaska cruise will start on time? We found that of the 298 departures, 89% left within 30 minutes of the port's schedule, which we consider to be on time. So yes, there is a 9 out of 10 likelihood your vacation will start on time. So we think this is kind of fun to know who the best performers are, but you probably won't spend much time worrying about it. Many people are so excited to be on holiday they don't even notice when the ship starts to move. And even if it is late, a ship can easily make up the lost time. Arrivals, however, are a very different kettle of fish, and we'll get to those on our top 10 in just a moment. In the meantime, if you have a question about a ship that didn't make the top 10, drop us a note in the comments, and please like, subscribe, and share this video if you are enjoying our work. In case you are wondering where our calculations came from, we observed and recorded every arriving and departing ship from March 5th to October 21st, and used video editing software to determine the moment the ship stopped or started moving, usually within a minute. That's it. And we used the publicly available and frequently updated Port of Vancouver Authority's cruise ship schedule to compare actual results with. We found the various tracking apps to be inconsistent and AIS data sometimes unreliable, so we didn't use them. But we were consistent with how we measured each ship. So on to those critical arrivals. A late departure has minimal consequences, but a late arrival can make a mess of your travel plans. We know many people extend their stay in Vancouver and take the risk completely out of connecting straight from a ship. But others find this a little anticlimactic and prefer to get back to the comfort of home after a great cruise. Not to mention the fact there is a chronic shortage of hotel rooms in Vancouver and it is expensive to stay here. So how confident can you be in booking a return flight on the same day that your cruise returns? Let's check out the top 10 ships arriving back from Alaska and see what the overall data tells us. 10th place with an average arrival time of 1 minute and 54 seconds late over 12 visits is Holland America's New Amsterdam. In 9th place with a time of 1 minute 30 seconds late is Disney Wonder. She was pretty consistent over her 21 visits despite early season mechanical issues which were hardly noticeable to the schedule. In 8th place, Noordam, an average time of 1 minute late. In 7th place, Celebrity Solstice at 1 minute and 22 seconds early. In 6th place, Grand Princess at 3 minutes and 40 seconds. In 5th place, Coral Princess at 4 minutes. And here you'll notice arrival times are a lot closer together than departure times. Cruise ships do allow themselves a lot of time to return from their last Alaska port. In 4th place is Koningsdam at 4 minutes and 24 seconds early. Again, impressive for a season-leading 25 visits. Now on to our podium finishers for best cruise ship in an arriving role. In 3rd place, with an average arrival time of 5 minutes and 49 seconds early over 12 visits, is Caribbean Princess. In 2nd place, and the only ship on our list that wasn't late once, with a time of 6 minutes and 12 seconds, is Celebrity Summit. And in 1st place for best cruise ship in an arriving role, and winner of the coveted Golden Orca, with a time of 6 minutes and 45 seconds early, is Royal Caribbean's Radiance of the Seas. She built up an early lead this season by being 10 minutes early on every visit in the first couple of months and never looked back. Congratulations, Royal Caribbean, on topping the all-important arrivals category. So those are the cruise ships that are best at arriving back in port on time. But how did all 38 ships perform as a group? We found that of the 298 arrivals, 96% arrived within 30 minutes of the port schedule. And again, we consider that to be on time. You know, if 30 minutes is too tight, you're probably booking your flight a little too early. So there is a better than 19 out of 20 likelihood that your cruise will arrive back from Alaska on time, based on our observations. So what does that mean for you? Well, if you allow a few hours to disembark and get through customs and collect your luggage, then another hour to get to the airport, then a mid-afternoon flight out of Vancouver is a relatively safe bet. Now, we should note that this advice is only if you're coming from Alaska. If you're coming on a repositioning cruise and spending a few days in the open ocean, give yourself an extra day in Vancouver. It's a good form of insurance for the possibility of missing your flight due to a storm or any other unforeseen circumstances. Now on to our final category, and that is Best Overall Performance by a Cruise Line. We've added up the arrival and departure times for cruise lines with 2 or more ships and a minimum of 10 visits per ship. These are the regulars. So let's jump straight to the podium. In 3rd place, represented by 4 ships, is Holland America Line with an aggregate time of 2 minutes and 18 seconds early. Koningsdam's excellent performance was offset by the New Amsterdam, who did have her troubles leaving port on schedule this season. In 2nd place, represented by 2 ships, is Royal Caribbean with an aggregate time of 2 minutes and 49 seconds early. Of course, Radiance was the star here, but Serenade of the Seas was no slouch despite some mechanical difficulties mid-season. In 1st place, with 2 ships and winner of the first Team Golden Orca Award, is Celebrity Cruises, with a runaway aggregate time of 9 minutes and 17 seconds early. Both Summit and Solstice made podium appearances on our top 10 lists, which propelled them to take the title of Best Overall Performance by a Cruise Line. Congratulations, Celebrity Cruises. So the bottom line of our observations, cruise ships have a well-earned reputation of good on-time performance overall. Now, there are differences between ships, but those differences aren't too material and should not be your sole criteria in selecting a cruise line. But we've had some fun recognizing excellence and good leadership, and we appreciate this attention to detail. So if you're planning a cruise vacation to Alaska, give yourself lots of time to make your connections with margins you are comfortable with for a low-stress experience. And thanks for watching. If you'd like to see us adjust the criteria for next year, drop us a comment. And if you're coming to Vancouver on a cruise in the next couple of years, we sincerely hope you'll enjoy it. And bon voyage!